CBS has come out with its Big 12 predictions for 2024. Football is finally here. We get more of it tomorrow. Florida State is playing Georgia Tech. And these are crazy. So they allow all the college football writers from Chip Patterson and David Cobb and Shehan Jeyarajah and Will Backus to give Dennis Dodd to give you their Big 12 predictions. Their most overrated teams feature Arizona, and the reason why, they have T-Mac and Noah Fafita, but they lost 28 transfers, some of which certainly would have been starters in the program. Kansas State is listed as overrated in their eyes because it's a transition season. The Wildcats getting a little too much love as a serious Big 12 contender per Shehan Jeyarajah, saying quarterback Avery Johnson will someday be the Big 12's best quarterback, but not right now after completing 56% of his passes as a freshman. They list Colorado as an overrated team. Yes. Yeah. Okay. For sure. Yes, Dennis Dodd. Thank you. Oklahoma State. Richard Johnson says he says they are the most overrated team. And he's not concerned about the Cowboys on offense, have the best running back in college football. The problem for him lies on the defense, and he worries will hold them back. West Virginia. Tom Fernelli says, count out the West Virginia Mountaineers. I'm sure you love to hear that. Says that they are overrated this season. And then Jerry Palm, the basketball guy, says UCF came to the Big 12 after a very successful run of the AAC that saw the Knights get to 2 New Year's Six bowl games. Entered the Big 12 coming off back-to-back 9-win seasons, but finished last season with 6 wins, of which, you move from the AAC to the Big 12. He says he doesn't think UCF is ready for the next step. Now, here are the most underrated teams per CBS. Kansas. Yeah, I agree. I think we should be talking about Kansas in the Big 12 championship game and winning it all. Iowa State is another one. That is from Cobb and Jeyarajah saying Iowa State right now. They improved from 1-8 against Big 12 foes in 2022 to 6-3 last season. Now everybody and their mom is back. Iowa State's going to be good. UCF, listed by Patterson as his most underrated team. What if Gus Malzahn, RJ Harvey, KJ Jefferson put it all together? Then at that point, you're looking at a dangerous team. Texas Tech. Jerry Palm, the basketball guy, asking why nobody's talked about Texas Tech since Cliff Kingsbury left in 2019. What? We were talking about them 2 years ago when they beat Texas. I guess you were doing the basketball thing. Says maybe a 9-win season will get people to take notice. He thinks they're underrated and they'll get to 9 wins this year. Kansas State. Okay. Underrated is not really a term that I would use for Kansas State, but Tom Fernelli, that's what he's going to use. Says it's odd to consider a team that is a favorite to win the Big 12 underrated, but it's the Big 12. Hard to find an underrated team in a league full of similarly rated teams. Still, Kansas State is one of the best Big 12 teams for a while, and people seem a little too eager to crown Utah as Big 12 champion in its first season in a new league. I like the Utes a lot, but overlook the Wildcats at your peril. Bold predictions. Dennis Dodd has 2. The Big 12 will get 2 teams in the playoff. Yes. In a dream scenario here, CBS's Dennis Dodd, I would like that a lot. Saying that Kansas State or Utah will reach the semifinals as well. And Kansas, Lance Leipold will be the national coach of the year, or at least a candidate after winning at least 9 games. I would love to get 2 in. There's a way to get 2 in. It's just tough. Now that I've played college football, NCAA 25 or whatever it's called, it's even tougher. I know it's a simulation, it's a video game, but I get to the end of every season, it's like, the Big 12 got 1 team in because the other team was ranked 22nd in the country. And that's kind of what the Big 12 does. It's like, the 2 teams playing for the Big 12 championship. One's number 7 in the nation. The other is number 17. And then if the number 17 team wins, the number 7 team is probably getting booted out of the college football playoff. Getting 2 in is going to be tough. I've given you scenarios where we get 3 in. That's a possibility. The SEC will. The Big 10 will. Why can't we? I know they're better conferences, but if they can, we can. It's tough. It's tough. I get it. 12-team playoff, though, there's an opportunity for it. He says he wants 2. Fernelli says every Big 12 team will lose at least 3 conference games. What? I don't even know how you pull that off, man. That's so hard. Every team losing 3 conference games. No team finishing better than 9-3 this college football season for the Big 12 is stunning. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can give him any sort of no. How? If it comes true, then take your flowers. Chip Patterson, Big 12 produces just 1 college football playoff team in 2024, which they have to, by the way. There are rules and regulations that say that the Big 12, whoever its champion is going to get in. And thank you for the analysis. While it's great to sell advertisers, generate buzz, he does think that no conference will be more competitive, and that isn't a great thing for the Big 12 because the more that you lose, the more people start to look away from even the really good teams in the conference. Sheon says top 6 teams in the Big 12 will all finish 1 game away from each other in conference play. That'd be awesome. Remember last year when middle of the season, they're like, hey guys, change to the tiebreaker rules. Could we see that again? I think that's probably the best big take so far is that top 6 team in the Big 12 will all be right there together. There's a very good chance that is the case in a divisionless Big 12, 16 teams in this conference. Richard Johnson loves Jalen Daniels, says that he's got an opportunity to go to New York. I do too. I'm very high on Kansas. I think we should all be a little bit more high on Kansas for those of us that are here together. David Cobb says that Brent Keithy will be an All-American, first team All-American, and will lead the Utes to the Big 12 title. Love it. I think Brent Keithy is, again, because of injuries, because, Brant Keithy is always been consistent. When he's on the field, he's consistent. We don't talk enough about a tight end because he's a tight end. And he is the Big 12's version of Travis Kelce. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah, the Big 12's version of Travis Kelce. Jerry Palm, the basketball guy, says that Deion Sanders will be gone after 2025. Well, Jerry, you've been watching in some aspects, and I think that one you probably landed. That's his bold prediction. He'll be at least on the hot seat in 2025. And Will Backus also says the Big 12 will produce 2 college football playoff teams. Maybe. They all give their rankings as well. You can find this at cbssports.com/college football /news /Big 12 expert picks 2024 most overrated and underrated teams projected in order. And then the link keeps going. I retweeted it. So that's, yeah. Some of them have West Virginia at 9. Most of them have like BYU, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Colorado, even Houston at the back of the poll, and a whole lot of Utah at the very top. Sheon J. Rasha has Iowa State up there too. Maybe. Coming up, Colorado with Saudi Arabia on Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by Game Time. I just got back from Utah. Went to Utah and saw Tyler Childers live in concert. And I bought the tickets day of in the pit. Shaky Graves was there. Bella White was there. It rocked. They were so cheap. I bought one for my friend too. Said, come on with me, pal. And we did. Me and my friend Red. He was on the show a while back. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that allows you to get tickets for your favorite live events and make it even easier. Right now, you get 50% off Labor Day. Diamondbacks Dodgers. Go in there and buy it. 50% off Labor Day, Diamondbacks Dodgers. So in the app, the Game Time app, you get curated deals, super deals, seat views before you buy. And if you mention, you can get the toggle all-in pricing thing. You can turn the feature on and just have the all-in pricing right there. Diamondbacks Labor Day offer, 50% off tickets to Dodgers at Diamondbacks on Labor Day exclusively on Game Time. So visit Game Time today. Lowest price guaranteed. 24-hour returns guaranteed. On time ticket delivery. That is Game Time. Use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off as well. Terms apply. Locked On College for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed.